Today I show you my collection of LEGO Castle Dragons. Hi, I'm Brick to Rick. Welcome to my channel for LEGO ideas, inspiration and instructions. If you're new to my channel, I do LEGO Castle, pirate videos and seasonal sets throughout the year, so if you like this type of content, please subscribe. So today's video is all about LEGO Dragons, and here are the really retro ones from Classic Castle back in the 1990s. Here is a set that included a dragon, that green one there, but I don't own any of these sets, so I managed to pick up two cheaply on eBay, a black one and a green one. I think the black one came from the Fright Nights range. Here they are sat on top of a castle. As you can see, they don't really make much of an impression on this. I think they're really made for posing with minifigures. So here we have one set next to some minifigures there, and it's more imposing. I really like those arms and the little flame coming out of the mouth. At the back there is a posable tail that can move, and on top here you can see some rather underwhelming wings that clip onto the side of a single moulded body piece. I do like the head mould though, look at those eyes. I think the green one is almost as good as the black one, but they both have a retro appeal. On to my next dragon, and this one here is brick built as you can see, and came with the Creator 3-in-1 castle set. I'm a really big fan of this Creator set, and it's one of the best ones from LEGO in years. It's a fairly small dragon included with this castle, but you can see it's quite a sleek design, and it's really made for swooping low over the top of a castle here. I like this effect, and you can see that it really suits this castle diorama. When you stand it next to minifigures, it looks less intimidating, but I do quite like the look of the head, especially with those horns poking out at the back, and those rather evil looking eyes. On the back you can see we've got some rather plain wings, held on by those socket pieces. Now the less said about the tail the better, but at least it's got some posable features there with those hinge pieces. Here it is in front of the castle, and I think it's quite a nice budget option. My next dragon is more of a hybrid of specialist moulded pieces and bricks. It's the Hungarian Horntail one from Harry Potter a few years ago. I quite like this dragon, although it rather reminds me of a bird looking at its overall features. It looks much better when stood on top of a castle. I think it looks really nice swooping down low over the top of a building like this. It really starts to stand out with that impressive wingspan there. It's a less impressive model standing in front of minifigures, and it kind of reminds me of a bird, but I really like those long and single moulded wing pieces, especially with the dual colours there. At the back you can see quite a lot of detail, including that stickered piece there, but again the tail kind of lets it down. At least they put some horns on it this time. At the front you can see that really nice printed headpiece, and we'll ignore those brick built legs. On to my next dragon, and this is a really nice example of the Creator 3-in-1 series. I love brick built dragons, especially when they're highly detailed like this one. It's quite a fun build, and I really like the fact it's got 4 legs and 2 wings, which is different from the other dragons. Over the top of a castle it really looks quite intimidating, especially when you pose the head in the right way. From the side here you can see there's a lot of detail, and I really like the colour scheme, including light orange, black and dark red. Here you can see it in front of some minifigures, and it strikes a really imposing figure, especially with those unusual green eyes. Down the back you can see quite a lot of details, and I quite like those really strong bolted on wings. At the back we've got a rather plain tail, but at least they've gone to more effort this time. This is a really nice dragon, again a budget option, which is really worthwhile considering. My final dragon is again the Hungarian Horntail, but this time it's the animatronic version. I've taken it off the stand and modified the legs so it can stand up on its own. Here you can see it. It is a really intimidating beast of a dragon, so let's see it on top of a castle now. It's got an enormous wingspan, which can sometimes dwarf the model underneath it. At the same time though, it really does capture the impending doom of an enormous dragon swooping over a castle. Look how intimidating those eyes are. I love that flame as well from this set. It also goes well down the back with the details of those horns and spines. Here are those modified legs I was talking about earlier. It's a really easy modification you can make at home. I really would recommend this dragon to anyone who's setting up a castle diorama. If you have a larger budget, please go and get this one and modify it. It's really worth it. See you next time.